Hi guys, I thought I'd quickly go randomly live again just because I sent out an affirmation video because I realized it's Valentine's Day tomorrow. And if there's any of you who are trying to manifest back your specific person, please join me for this live and ask me any questions you have about getting your specific person back or getting them to contact you at least for Valentine's Day tomorrow. So I'm doing this live. I normally do lives at Thursday night 9 p.m. EST and Sunday night 6 p.m. EST, but I thought I'd just randomly go on to see if there's anyone online who had any manifestation questions about a specific person or just manifestation questions in general. Okay, so if you've seen my affirmation video, I was talking about affirming, making affirmations for contact with them. And that's not that difficult, okay? You've got to think of your own, or you can follow mine. But think of what you would want them to say or do. Hi there. Hi, guys. Hi again. I thought I'd jump on because there's people in Australia who are only just finishing work, I think in Sydney, and I'm about to leave. So I thought I'd jump on again randomly for another live just because I just posted a video of affirmations for Valentine's Day, guys. And I just realized I haven't been talking a lot about Valentine's Day, and I'm sure a lot of you are trying to manifest a specific person. And Valentine's Day can be a little bit of a downer if a specific person hasn't contacted you. So I just put out some quick affirmations just then in a video of affirming for contact from your SP for Valentine's Day. And look, if you do them and they don't contact you in time for Valentine's, don't worry. When you're affirming for your specific person, you're sending out that thought to them. They are part of you, remember. You are not separate. They're hearing you. They really are. That's how they react to you anyway, because they hear your thoughts. So if you affirm those thoughts, they'll get a bing tomorrow and think of you. Even if they don't contact you, who cares if it's tomorrow or the next day or the day after? They'll be thinking of you, okay? Do you guys have any questions about specific person affirmations or manifesting a specific person or any manifestation questions? If you have any, let me know, and I'll try and answer them here live for you. So the biggest important thing about contact, if you want contact with the person, you might have seen a few of my videos, I'm talking about manifesting a text, is that you really want to live in the end at the same time as manifesting for the contact. So saying affirmations like they're constantly contacting me, they're constantly calling and texting me is wonderful. But you also need to live in that end so your subconscious mind is saturated with the idea that, oh, you're actually together. Wanted to pop in quick and something, but my mum offered to let me skip school. I think I manifested it. Ah, excellent. What's GTG mean? NIGTG. I'm too old to understand these abbreviations. Do you have to do shadow work for your manifestations to manifest? No. Okay, I have a video coming up about this because quite a few people are asking me about shadow work. I didn't even know what that was. And as a person who's done a shit ton of therapy, I'm surprised that I didn't know what that was. But shadow work implies that there's a darkness in you. Now, why would you want to imply that or affirm that about yourself? If you think that there's a darkness in you need to uncover, you're affirming that. Stop affirming things you don't want to manifest, okay? So if you think there's darkness that you need to get over as well, then you'll think, oh, well, until I get over this, until I get the darkness out of me, until I finish this shadow work, nothing will manifest. Bullshit, okay? You're manifesting all day long. Just because you've got some dark negative thoughts, some old horrible history from your childhood or the past, it doesn't matter. You can just affirm for self-concept and don't worry about the shadow work because all it's doing, it's a blockage, it's a restriction, it's a stoppage on your manifestation because you think until I do X, Y won't happen. Don't think that. Got to go. Oh, got to go. God, I'm old. Okay, so shadow work is really, look, I mean, I've done that kind of stuff in therapy. In Schema, we did a lot of stuff delving into our past. And let me say, sometimes delving into your past makes you feel like rat shit. I used to walk out of therapy sometimes and feel so drained that it would take me a good day to get over it. And sometimes, because we had it weekly, people wouldn't want to come in the next week because they had a really good week and they felt so good and they felt like therapy was bringing them down for an entire day. And it really did sometimes. It really, because you had to relive all this shit. It was, after a couple of months, you were like, can we just move on? Like, you didn't want to keep delving. So shadow work is all very well if you want to do it, if you really want to do it, but don't look at it as the thing that's going to stop your manifestation from coming, that until you've finished it, Until you're ready, until you're complete, it won't turn up. Same with self-concept. Don't think, oh, until I've built myself up and put myself fully on a pedestal, he won't turn up, she won't turn up. No, no, no. Don't put those restrictions on yourself. What's shadow work? Yeah, exactly. I didn't actually know what it was until I looked it up. And I'm surprised I didn't know, but it's uncovering your dark thoughts, uncovering your darkness. Maybe somebody else can explain this better than me because I don't really know it very well. But a lot of people are talking about it. And honestly, for me, anything that you feel you need to do to manifest is literally you affirming you need that to do it. It's like having a security blanket, like a kid who takes a bunny to school. I need this at all times to go to school, and when they don't have it, they feel, they can't cope. If you think you need to do something, you won't be able to cope normally without it. You won't be able to start manifesting what you want without it in your mind. You're telling your mind that. So don't tell your mind that. Okay? You don't need the security blanket. Throw it off. You can do it without the shadow work. What you need to do instead is think, what are my negative, shitty thoughts? Let's flip those and turn them into affirmations. If you think you're not good enough, affirm that you are. If you think you're fat, affirm that you're not. Okay? If you think you're not beautiful, affirm that you have the most beautiful body and everyone loves you just the way you are. You are perfect just the way you are. You're wonderfully made. Okay? Think of affirmations against those negative, shitty thoughts. That's all you need to do, guys. Is it okay to make scenarios in your head about you and your SP in the future? Yes, absolutely. Or does that give off desperate vibes? No, that's visualization. The scenario is your visualization. Just make a short one. Oh, I don't hear what it. And loop it and loop it and loop it. So one of your scenarios could be your wedding day, your anniversary, your 2-year anniversary, your 50-year anniversary, the day your child is born. Okay? Have that little scenario. Maybe it's 30 seconds long. Maybe it's 10 seconds long. And repeat it and repeat it and repeat it and repeat it and imagine it until it feels real. And it doesn't even have to feel real. Just loop it and loop it and loop it until you saturate your subconscious mind. Because I tell you, all your subconscious mind needs, it doesn't need belief. It just needs saturation, repetition. Because think about all the saturation, repetition you're doing now with your shitty thoughts. Now you're going to repeat and repeat your good, positive thoughts of what you want. The good, positive scenes, scenarios of what you want. You're going to live in the end in your mind. So when you're thinking these thoughts, you're going to think, this has already happened. This is happening now. Your subconscious doesn't know the difference between now, last week, next year, 50 years ago. Doesn't know. Just knows now. You felt like you were going crazy. No. I make scenarios in my head all the time until I fall asleep. Wonderful. But don't just do fantasizing. That's different. Fantasizing is dreaming, oh, I wish he was here. That would feel nice if he was lying in bed next to me. No, he is lying in bed next to you. Feel him. Smell him. My SP has a beautiful smell. I can smell him in the bed when he's not there. Smell them. I know that might be creepy to some people, but to me it's nice. So imagine their eyes looking at you. Imagine they're asleep and you're looking at them. Okay? But feel it real. Try and imagine it's happening now. It's really happening and it's really real and you're living in the end. It's happened already. It's not a daydream. It's not fantasizing. That's very different. That's, longing. If only that would happen. That's different. Any more questions? So I have a video coming up about what is the difference between fantasizing and visualizing. So maybe that will help some of you because it is a little bit different. And look, you don't have to feel like you don't have to believe it. You just have to put yourself in the scenario enough times and loop it that your subconscious mind impresses, okay? That's the key to everything here. We're trying to get your mind to go, oh, we're married now. Oh, I've got a baby. Yay. Like, it doesn't know what it just sees the same shit all the time. It doesn't know the difference between now and last week and 50 years from now. It really doesn't. Like, I did a past life regression therapy and I was seeing things like my mum's grave. And I was like walking through a graveyard and the person was, the hypnotist was saying, what are you seeing? And I was like, I don't know, I'm in a graveyard. She goes, what are you there for? I said, I don't know. And eventually you could just hear me burst out crying in this therapy session. I'm hypnotized, I'm asleep. And I'm like, it's my mum. And you can hear me go, and you can hear the woman like wiping my tears. It's that real. Your subconscious is that real. It doesn't know it's not happening right now. It thinks it's fucking happening. It thought I was at my mum's grave and she was really dead. Like, my subconscious was fully immersed in what I was thinking, okay? Whether I was hypnotized or not, whether I was in my past life or not. I was actually in my future life. It was really weird. It was a past life regression, but I went into my future, which was fucking bizarre. So I had my mum's death, I had my own death, I had my own child being born. It was just fucking weird. Makes sense, thank you. No worries. So just remember this whole thing about manifesting. It's not candles. It's not fucking vibrations and shit. All you're trying to do is think new thoughts. Your dominant thoughts manifest out. So you have to think new thoughts. That's why people get you to do affirmations over and over and over and over again. They're just trying to get you to impress your subconscious mind enough that you think new thoughts. That's what 6 months of therapy was trying to do for me and didn't do. Okay? It made me accept myself, but it didn't make me think new thoughts all the time about myself. I'd still think the old negative ones. If they'd taught affirmations in therapy, I might have been cured earlier. What are some things that you have already manifested? Oh, God. Heaps of shit. My new car recently. I got a new car on 0 credit. And I mean 0. And I was only expecting a second-hand car. So I was affirming while I was driving my shitty 1998 little... So what was it? Mazda 121 with a peeling roof and no lock on the door, no air conditioning and no power steering. I was saying, I love my fancy new car. I love my new car. I love my fancy new white hatchback. It's so technological. I can listen to YouTube videos and talk to people on the phone without touching my phone. And it's so lovely and cool in here, isn't it? Isn't it? And I was talking to my dog and she's like in 45-degree heat coming through the window because there's no aircon. Okay. And I started looking for second-hand cars. Now, in Perth at the moment, everyone's here because there's no corona. Everyone's moving back and all the second-hand cars have gone up in price. So I was looking for a $6,000 car. That's the amount of money I had. And I had to start realizing that I had to pay $9,000 for the same kind of car the same year. Okay? And so I was like, oh, my God, I'm never going to get a car. But I kept saying, I love my new car. I love my new car. And as I was driving that car, I was imagining the new car. Okay? I was imagining that hot air was cool air. I was saying, I love my new car. I love my new car. I love my new car. As if that was the car, right? Then I went to go to a car yard thinking they could do a trade-in on my car because my mechanic told me to go there. They had hardly any second-hand cars, none in my price range, only manuals, and I want an automatic. They said, do you want to get finance? I thought, I probably won't get finance because of that I haven't been back in the country long enough because I used to live in London. Tried to get finance. They told me, oh, sorry, you can't get finance. You've got tens of thousands of dollars of debt in your name on credit cards. I'd never taken them out. Someone in my family had taken out credit cards in my name while I didn't live here. So my credit card rating in Australia is completely fucked. So I could not get credit there. I couldn't get credit at a Yes loans, like a payday loan. I couldn't get credit with no doc loans at a special wholesalers. Nowhere would give me credit. And I just thought, oh my God, I'm never going to get a car. I started looking again at secondhand dealers on Facebook and Gumtree. And every single time I went, I wanted my mechanic to check the car. And they'd say, sorry, love, we've got 15 other people waiting to see this. If you don't buy this now, someone else will buy it. And I wasn't going to just buy it off the side of the road of some guy. So I was like, what do I do? This particular car yard that I wanted to buy the car from, I decided those guys at that car yard called John Hughes, they were the biggest car yard, they're going to get me a car. They're mesmerised by me. I always say everyone is mesmerised by me. And these guys really were. When I walked in, they were all over me like a rash. And I know they're car dealers, but anyway, they were all over me. So I decided they're the people who are going to get me the car. Well, they're the people who told me I couldn't have the car, but I still affirmed. I love my new car. I love my new car. I love my new car, right? But when I was saying new car, I wasn't thinking brand new. I was thinking a newish car like 2013 or something. The guy rings me back from John Hughes. Hi, Lauren, have you found a new car yet? Have you found a car yet? I said, oh, no, I haven't found anything. He goes, oh, we've had an idea. The guy in the finance department who you met, because I said the men there were mesmerised by me, not just the one guy, the men that I met. He's had an idea. John's got these new MG hatchbacks and you can put down the amount you were going to put down for a second-hand car and pay off the rest of the amount over 3 years with no interest. I was like, what is this sorcery? I get a new car. I got there with my SP. I got him to drive it because I don't know shit about cars. I'm saying to him, what is wrong with it? He's like, nothing. This is amazing. I was like, oh, I can't believe it. It had beautiful tartan seats. It had Apple Play for me to be able to play YouTube videos and listen to them. I could talk on my phone without touching. It was stylish and gorgeous and brand spanking new. It was white, exactly the shape I had imagined. I didn't know the brand, but I knew the shape. I went in there and all I wanted was a white one. He said, what colour do you want? I said, I want a white one. He goes, oh, there aren't any. We've got black, red, blue. Yeah. I said, Brad, I just want white. He goes, look, I'll show you on the computer. He showed me there were no white ones. I said, well, when are they coming in? This is December. He goes, oh, not probably till February, probably March. They get held up in the port with Corona at the moment, so you have to wait till then. I was like, there's no air conditioning in the car. I need it now. Anyway, he goes, oh, well, there aren't any. And I was like, oh, okay, get me the black one, get some window tinting. How much is that going to be? He's like $450. I'm like, fine. So I go in to go and see his window tinting, and as we're standing at his car, he goes, I'll get the black one in for you on Monday. I said, oh, great, Brad. I said, but in the meantime, I'm sure a white one will magically appear. And he was like, Lauren, I don't know what to say to you. And he's looking at my SP like I am a fucking nut. And he goes, we are the only dealership in the whole of Western Australia with these MGs. No one else sells MGs, only us. There isn't a white one. I showed you on the computer. I was like, I'm sure one will appear. And he was just like, ugh. It gets to the Monday. He doesn't call me about the black car. So I wait, nothing. Tuesday, doesn't call me. So I get this guy called Chris when I ring Brad. I said, where's Brad? He goes, oh, he's sick. I said, look, he was going to get me in this black MG. He goes, yeah, it's here for you. I said, oh, but I really want a white one. He goes, oh, there is a white one. I said, what? There is a white one? He goes, yeah, but it's got sat nav. I said, well, how much is sat nav? He goes, $1,000 more. And I was like, oh, and he goes, but you were going to pay for window tinting, which is $450. This is, no, he goes, white's not a colour, so that's $500 less. And then you were going to pay for window tinting, that's $450. So it's $50 more. And I was like, $50 more, I get my white hatchback exactly as I want it, and it's got sat nav. I was like, hold that white MG for me. So I go in there. It's exactly the car I pictured. I didn't know what it was going to look like. I have a journal. I wish I could show you. I have a journal where I wrote the car I want. I just had it here. I put it away. And it says, I love my new white hatchback. It is so lovely and new. It's almost brand spanking new, I wrote. But I didn't realize it was going to be new. Okay? And the thing is, when manifestation's so perfect, I kept saying new. But I wasn't thinking new, but I was saying new. I never thought I'd get a new car. Then they lost the keys, so they had to give me 2 new sets of keys and free petrol for my trouble. And then when the guy turned up, the Brad guy, and he thinks I've got the black car, he goes, got your new black MG? I said, come here. And I pointed to the white car, and he goes, oh my God, where'd that come from? And I said, it came from my mind. He thought I was a nut. He goes, it must have, because that was not on the computer. Okay, so I got my car, and then when I told my dad about it, he decided to make the repayments. I don't know why. I'm really old. I don't know why he's done that, but I guess because he hasn't bought me a Christmas present for 7 years. But he just decided to make the repayments, so I literally got a brand new car for the price of a second-hand one. That was one of my good manifestations recently. How do you deal with impatience? I've been manifesting my SP for months and getting really impatient with doubt. Okay, I know this is hard, guys. And maybe this is easier for me because I used to be an actor I am an actor, but like I can live in my fantasy world a little bit more. Okay? You've really got to live there. Just stay there. Just don't allow the 3D to throw you. I know it's hard, but you've got to trust me on this, that if you can live in the end enough and you really live there, it'll have no choice but to outpicture in your 3D. That's how it works. Okay? Look at everybody who's really super famous who believes in law of assumption, law of attraction, whatever, believes in manifestation. They will tell you that they believed. It didn't matter how many people slammed the door in their face. The Jim Carreys, the Denzel Washingtons, all these people who will tell you about manifesting, okay, Shawn Mendes, all these people who will tell you that they just believed that they would have what they wanted. They believed they already had it, okay? If they had given up, if they had doubted themselves, they wouldn't be famous now. So do the same with your SP. Be Shawn Mendes with your SP, okay? Try completely living in a couple of days a week. Yeah, that's right. You'll see movement. The thing is, Ariana Grande, she talks about manifestation. How many Ariana Grande songs are there about manifestation? She's got about 5 of them, I think. Okay, or 4. She fully believes in it, and she knows she manifested her career, as does Drake. Okay. I love your videos. Thank you. I'm about to do this to get a new car. Yes, do it. I literally was driving the most crappy car. If I could show you a picture of my car and then show you my car outside, you'd be like, oh my God. And it's brand new. People come over there and no one in my family's ever had a new car. My brother's like, God, I'm really jealous. I've never had a new car. I thought, neither have I. Like, I've never imagined I'd have a new car, okay? And I did the same with this house. I manifested this rental house by imagining that I lived here already when I walked in. There were about 50 other people here for the inspection, maybe 40, and 15 applied and offered more money than me, and I still got it. Okay? Now, I don't know why I got it when I offered less money. Oh, and I offered less of a lease. So I offered a 12-year lease. People were offering 4-year leases, and I got this house. There were people with 4-year leases. They could have locked these other people in for 4 years and still put the rent up every year for 4 years, but they still chose me. Why? Because I lived here already when I fucking walked in. Okay? I got here. I decided there is a rental shortage. I need a fucking house. I looked everywhere and I'd acted like a desperado ringing real estate agents. Have you got my email? Have you got my application? And I thought, that is not working. I need to use manifestation here. So when I got in this house, I waited until the living room where I'm sitting right now cleared. And just up the top here, there's a little office. I'll show you. There's a little office up there. Okay. And I just imagined my desk there, which is now there. And I imagined I was sitting at it. And I stood there for a moment and I imagined just sitting at the desk. I looked out the window and I imagined what it would look like if I was sitting at this desk. I was looking out there writing my script because I'm a script writer. And I was imagining looking out the window. I did that for a few moments. I just stood there until somebody else walked in the room because I would look like an idiot. Then when I walked around, I said to the lady, that carpet needs cleaning. That toilet doesn't work. As if I owned the house and it needed fixing. I was like telling a handyman, fix that, fix that. She chose me over 15 other people who offered more money than me. Because I already lived there. Okay? You've got to use this, guys. You've got to use the power of your mind to get what the fuck you want, especially in a crisis. Because that was a crisis. Because I had to move out of my house. It was getting knocked down. It was getting bulldozed. And I had like a couple of weeks to get out. And I was frantic. And then the frantic energy was making it worse. And then I thought, I know how to manifest. Why don't I just manifest a fucking rental? So I did. Any other questions? Blah, 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 and how you interact with us. Oh, that's all right. My pleasure. The thing is, guys, it took me years to work this out. And when I saw how fucked up manifestation TikTok is and all the shit you guys are being taught, it really disturbed me. So I want to help you guys. Since you manifested so many things, did you get a lot of deja vu moments? Yeah, but they're not really deja vu. That's your manifestation. See, deja vu and coincidence aren't a thing. They're you manifesting. You get that? So when you feel like, when people go, oh, I imagined a white hatchback and they had one. And then people go, oh, that's a coincidence, or aren't you lucky? And no, bitch, I manifested it. Right? So if you feel like you're getting deja vu, it's not. It's you manifesting stuff. So any moment that you've manifested, deja vu, coincidence, lucky incidences, start realizing, go back and start realizing that was you. The more you can realize, guys, that you are doing this all the fucking time, write them down. Write down the things you've manifested, even the shit. I imagine having a car accident. Had a car accident. Before I got my car, I'll tell you another thing I almost manifested. Before I got my car, I had been in a car accident about a year before and I didn't take the money. And then my car started deteriorating. And I thought, because I just fixed the car instead of getting it written off and getting a new car. And I regretted it the whole time. Oh, I should have taken that money. And I thought, oh, I just need to get in another car accident and then I'll get the money. The next day, I almost got killed in a fucking car accident. Someone almost roped me off the road like this and I just swerved my car off the road the next morning. You've got to be careful what you wish for. That was not the way to get the money for the car. I just needed to manifest the fucking car, not me getting killed. Okay, so do that. So when you have manifestations, deja vu, coincidence, things that you wanted to happen, someone says something to you that you thought, someone's drilling next door, write them down. Have a little manifestation journal, things I've manifested. Even write down the shit. I've manifested so much shit in my past that I wish I hadn't manifested, but I know now that I did. Like someone will say, oh, your career will really kick off when you hit 40. That's happened. And I was like, fuck you. Why did you say that to me? You put that in my mind for years. And so for the rest of my life, I believe that. Okay? So think about the stuff you manifested that might have been bad, and that's proof of your power, guys. So when you doubt, you can look back at your little manifestation journal. Oh, no, look at all the shit I manifested, especially the negative shit. I'm fucking powerful. I don't even know I'm doing it, and I'm doing it. Okay? Any other questions, guys? Have I missed any? Do your actions affect your manifestation, or is it down to your thoughts and affirmations? Yes, your actions affect your manifestation. They fuck it up. Don't do anything. I'm really not joking about this, that you don't need to act in the 3D. I've really messed up things a lot in the past with my SP by doing things instead of imagining things. Guys, even if you try and do something, if your intention in your mind, if your thoughts in your mind are the opposite, you'll manifest the opposite. You won't manifest what you're trying to do. I have a friend recently, I'll use this as an example, and bless her, I hope she never sees this, but she met this lovely guy. And they were friends. Oh, she saw him again. They were friends. They'd lived over here together years ago as friends. He came over from Sydney. They had a little romance. He had to go back to Sydney. He was going to come over here for Christmas to see her, and then Corona happened and he couldn't travel. So before that, she was thinking they're going to get together. She was all into manifestation. I was teaching a whole lot of shit. She was really into it. Then she started doubting. Oh, he's not going to come because of Corona. Oh, it's never going to happen because of Corona. I kept saying to her, fuck Corona. He'll still come. Don't worry about it. Why don't you just have a little texting and relationship over the phone for the next couple of months until he can come? Then you'll build the relationship. Be wonderful. And then by the time he comes back, you've built this whole relationship. No. It's fucked now. It's fucked. And she kept thinking because he couldn't come over because of Corona, it was fucked. Then he wasn't calling her as much because guess what? She was thinking it was fucked. So therefore, it started deteriorating. Then she called him. And when she was on the phone to him, she started saying, I'd like to talk to you more. It'd be great to talk more. She was forcing the 3D with action. And guess how that guy reacted? Yeah, that would be nice. Straight away, he retreated. And he didn't call her anymore. Then it was his birthday. She sent him a gift. I said, what the fuck did you do that for? After the event, because she didn't tell me she was doing it. She said, I think you're sending him something for his birthday. And I thought she meant a text. And she knew full well that if she said a present, I would have said, are you insane? Because that's putting him so much on the pedestal. It's making her not the prize. It's making him the prize. You're so great, I'm sending you a present. No, you're the girl. They send you fucking presents, okay? So I was horrified that she had sent him this gift. And I knew that he would never contact her again. And he hasn't. Because she was acting in the 3D and her actions were of neediness, of needing to do something to make something happen, rather than assuming in her mind it would work just in her mind, okay? Oh, and then whilst she sent the present, she had a thought, what if he's met someone else? And guess who received the gift? A girl who she'd never heard of at his house. So not only did she manifest him stopping contacting her, she manifested him being kind of put off when she sent him a gift, and she manifested a third party all with her mind. So instead of acting, she should have just done it in her mind and imagined he wanted to be with her. He can't, live without contacting her every day. He loves talking to her every day and he can't wait to see her and travel over to Perth and when Corona's over. That's all she needed to do, and she completely fucked it by action. Completely fucked. So please don't act on what you're trying to manifest. Can you manifest something not happening, negative manifesting for I hope he leaves her? You mean you're trying to get someone to leave someone else? Like a third party? You're trying to get someone to go away? Just clarify that one for me, will you, darling? What would be a good affirmation for an ex to come back more mature and ready for the relationship? Well, that's your assumption. So that's how they're turning up. Stop saying they're not mature. Stop saying they don't want a relationship or they're not ready. The more you say that, the more that's how they're going to be. I know that's really hard because my SP was going through a messy divorce, and every time I said that, I was reaffirming that. Stop saying it. That's the old story. All you need to affirm is they are so ready for a relationship with me. They love their life with me. He loves being committed to me. He's so committed to me. Don't even infer the old story. Don't say, he's not immature anymore. He's so mature now. That's inferring the past, okay? Just talk about what you want. He is so ready for a relationship. He loves being in a relationship with me. I'm the best relationship he's ever had. He can't imagine his life without me. Stop telling the old story and create new affirmations with the new story. Best way to manifest a certain house. Oh, I did this one before in the other live. Imagine you live in that house now, in the house you now live in. Imagine your kitchen is that kitchen. Imagine your bedroom is that bedroom. Every time you walk in the door, imagine you're walking up to that house. Okay, visualize you in that house, in bed, lie in bed, and imagine you're lying in the bed in that house. Okay, and affirm, I love my new house, just like I did with my car. I love my new house. I love my new house. Great. Hang on, I'm just going to plug my battery in because it's about to go flat. No, it's not great, guys, to manifest when you're desperate. Desperation breeds more desperation. Okay, when you focus on growth. So don't try and feel desperate if you can. Try and feel like you're living in the end. What were the other questions? What was the one about negative manifesting? I hope he leaves her. If you're talking about third parties, if this is what you're implying about the I hope he leaves her, the best way to get rid of a third party is not to think about the fucking third party. I've got a video coming up about this. You create third parties with your mind because you're fear of a third party. If you want someone to leave someone else, you can affirm if you really, really want and you want to focus on them that they're happily with someone else. They've moved on and happy with someone else. But I wouldn't even focus on them, to be completely honest, because it just keeps that bitch alive or that bastard alive in your reality. Stop talking about them. Stop thinking about them. You should start a YouTube channel. Yeah, I was thinking that, but I don't really want to compete with the people that I already watch because I think they're so wonderful and I don't want to piss them off because I'm members of their groups and like Caleb and Sammy, and I really appreciate everything I've learned from them. And I just think that TikTok at the moment is more of a growth platform, and so I'm just going to stick to that at the moment. But I'll think about it. I was going to put just my affirmations videos on YouTube. I'll think about it. Best one, what else? Any other questions I've missed? What I was saying about the desperation, bad to be manifest when you're feeling desperate. Desperation implies that it's not here already. Do you understand that? Where is it? I wish it was here. If only it was here. I wish it would. See, you're not living in the end. You've got to live in the end, guys. Believe you have received it and you will. That's what the Bible tells you. I'm not religious. When I start spouting the Bible, I hope you guys don't think I'm some kind of like weird Catholic weirdo. I'm an atheist. So I only believe that I'm a spirit and that's it. I'm just talking about what Neville Goddard explained, okay? That the Bible teaches you about you, who you are and what your power is. And it teaches you that you and you alone are the power. You are all gods, it says. Believe you have received it and you will. As within, so without. Do you not know that Jesus Christ is in you? This is all the stuff it says. It's literally a book about creating. Is it bad to stalk the social media of the SP you're manifesting? Yes, stop doing that. Because then it's going to make you feel bad. What if a third party pops up? It makes you feel shit. Don't do it. Then you're not living in the end. If you see something, you see their arm around another girl or guy and you go, oh God, it's just going to throw you off your manifestation. Just block them if you have to. I mean, blocking them is not great because it's like acting in the 3D and trying to make them annoyed. Because if they look at your page, they can't see you. But just try and have the willpower not to look. Okay? Because I think it's not letting you live in the 3D. It's not helping you. Okay? I'm just going to put some little box here to hold it up. Any other questions? No clue those celebs had manifested. Oh, yeah. So many celebrities. I mean, look at Oprah. I mean, Oprah, you know the story about Oprah getting in the colour purple. She was a newsreader at the time, and she loved the book The Colour Purple. And she wanted to be Harpo. She was dying to play that part, and she thought, if they ever make a movie about Colour Purple, I want to play Harpo. She thought, I am that girl. That is me. That is my story. I can play this part. And so she went to I think she went to agencies, and agents were saying, nah, you're not an actor. She was like, yeah, but I know I could play that part. Anyway, I think what happened was she tried some agencies. I think she signed up with them and they all put her forward. They put her forward, that's right. And it was never, they were never accepted. They were like, she's not an actor. Anyway, I think it took a year later and he had been searching for the person to play Harpo, Steven Spielberg. One day he was sitting in a hotel in the area that she was doing the news in. She wasn't internationally famous at this stage. She was just doing the news in a certain area, say in Chicago. And he was watching the news. He saw her reading the news and he said, that's Harpo. She got contacted. She was at a fat farm because she felt so shit about her body, because that was one of her many affirmations that was running through her mind her whole life. I'm too fat, I'm too fat. Crying about the fact that she would never be Harpo, and she gets a call at the fat farm telling her that Steven Spielberg was on the phone. That's how she got the part. That is why her company is called Harpo Productions. And guess what Harpo is? Oprah backwards. She manifested that whole fucking thing, and all she was a newsreader. She wasn't even a fucking actor. She just imagined playing that part and knew that that role was hers. She lived in the end. Okay, I have bad self-control. I'll work on that. Look, it's not self-control, guys. It's literally just trick your mind into thinking we're together. So what do I need to check his social media for? I'm on it with him. Like, even if you have to tell yourself that shit, like, why do I need to look at his Facebook page? I'm all over his Facebook. Why do I need to look at his snaps? I'm in them. Okay? Be delusional like that, but don't go telling people. So this is the difference between acting as if and living in the end. Acting as if you're going around telling everyone you're back together when you haven't even spoken for a year. Living in the end is just you. No one knows what you're doing in your own mind. Just like you're lying in bed with someone next to them, you don't know what they're thinking, and they don't know what you're thinking. No one knows what's happening in your mind. You don't have to tell anybody. Oh my gosh, you were so right. Thank you. Yeah, look, guys, anytime you're manifesting, I wouldn't tell anyone what you're trying to manifest, honestly. Neville says keep it to yourself, and I agree. Because sometimes when you tell people, it fucks with you when it's not happening, and people go, how's that thing going? You in your car yet? You and your SP back together? Okay, and you're like, fuck off, I'm working on it. You know what I mean? So you better not tell anyone. Because what they'll do is they'll reflect with their questions your doubts. So if you're trying to manifest back your SP, they'll say things to you like, are you going to give up soon, or what are you thinking? And you want to punch them in the throat, but all they're doing is they're reflecting your assumptions of maybe I should give up, the thoughts you've once or twice had. That's all they're doing. So you can't get annoyed at them. They're literally reflecting your thoughts. Okay? I struggle a bit with my thoughts and doubts. Do you have any tips? The biggest thing that I've learned, and it's taken me ages to really get this, but guys, I just hope you can get it like this, that you are the God of your reality. You run this shit. You run this shit. When you get this, when the penny drops that everything in your life is a manifestation that you've created, you're like, oh, so I'm a fucking powerhouse of manifestation powers, am I? Holy shit, who knew? Sorry, my dog's in the room. Convince yourself of that. If you have to look at every single little thing you've manifested and then try and convince your mind that you are a superwoman manifester, do it. That's what will help you. And when you have doubt, stop. Okay? Neville calls doubt the devil. He actually says that in the Bible, that is what the devil means. Doubt is the devil. When I say it's the devil, I mean the fucking devil. It will ruin everything for you if you doubt it. There are people like Bruce Jenner, now Caitlyn, who literally knew he was going to win that decathlon because he had gone through it so many times in his mind over and over and over and over and over again that when he finally raced it, he said it was a piece of piss because he'd won it so many times in his mind. He didn't doubt that he was the winner. He knew he was the winner before he won. If he doubted it, probably wouldn't be Bruce Jenner now. He probably wouldn't be Caitlyn Jenner. He certainly wouldn't have married Kris Jenner, and he certainly wouldn't be so famous. Okay? Do you have any crystals? Fuck no, I don't believe in that shit. The thing is, have crystals if you want. But all they are is something you're believing in. Okay? I like crystals to look at, but I don't think they've got a power. Actually, I was given a pink quartz or something by my therapist at the end of my therapy. I had to open a rock to get to it or whatever. It was like a little uncover a diamond inside thing because they said to me, you're like a diamond, you're rough on the outside but a diamond. But no, look, I'm not shitting on crystals. Use them. If you believe that's helping you, guys, I don't care what you use. If you think a candle's helping you, a crystal's helping you, talking to water's helping you, do it if you think it's working. But all it really is you believing it's working. Like religious people talking to crosses. They're just believing it's working, okay? When I start to doubt, I interrupt that thought and replace it with positive thoughts. Beautiful. Guys, that's what you're trying to do with affirmations. That's all you're trying to do. So have those key affirmations. You can jump in and you can affirm. All right, I've got to go, guys, because I've actually got to be somewhere. Just realised what the time is. But thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to pop on randomly during the week sometimes, just so you guys can pop on if you're in different time zones, because the 9 p.m. and the 6 p.m. EST, which is New York time, might not suit you. Okay? So let me know what countries you guys are in, because I can't tell from TikTok. Where are you guys? I think someone said before they were Scotland. I'm in Australia. Where are you guys? Tell me. Paul, where are you? Scotland. You're in Scotland. Okay, so what time is it there at the moment? It's middle of the night. No? Middle of the night. USA. Okay, that's good. USA, California. Okay, that's good. Texas. Christ, what time is it? Texas right now. Okay, so a lot of you are in the USA. That's why I did the EST time. So hopefully you guys will be able to meet those or see me on those. But if not, I'll just go randomly live during the week. There's no way of me alerting you. Just if you see me pop up, pop on. Oh, 6 a.m. in the UK. Shit, you guys are up early. Holy shit. Go back to bed. Actually, I get up that early. All right, guys. I bet it's cold over there too. I saw it was minus 20 in the middle of Scotland the other day. Holy shit, all coming up. I'm glad I'm not still there. All right, guys. Thanks for joining me. I'll pop on again maybe tomorrow live, and I'll definitely be live 6 p.m. EST on Sunday. They're going to be my permanent time. 6 p.m. EST Sunday, 9 p.m. EST Thursdays, and then random times during the week. All right, guys. See you later. Thanks for joining me. Bye. Bye.